Hey guys, welcome to the Real Deal Unmasked. So today we're going to be touching on a very crucial topic right now. And that topic is
toxic relationships,
domestic violence.
We're the real deal, we're the real deal, we're the real deal, real deal unmasked. We're the real deal, we're the real deal, we're the real deal, real deal unmasked. We're the real deal, we're the real deal, we're the real deal, real deal unmasked. We're the real deal.
Hey guys, welcome to the Real Deal Unmasked. So today we're discussing the topic
Toxic relationships, domestic violence. So what is domestic violence?
Well, the current definition of domestic violence is any incident, threatening behavior, violence or abuse, psychological, physical, sexual, financial, or emotional, between adults who are or have been intimate partners or family members, regardless of gender or sexuality.
Wow, that's a lot. That covers a whole lot.
Yeah, and what's crazy about it is, according to an article in the National Guardian published February 18th, 2022, domestic violence matters in the Bahamas increased by 19% in 2021 as opposed to 2020. It went from 2,754 in 2020 to 3,283. So that's almost like an additional, it's like 9 incidents per day, roughly, of domestic violence.
In the Bahamas.
Right.
In Nassau. We're just talking about Nassau.
No, that's Bahamas. That's a statistic that covers the Bahamas.
Wow.
Yeah. So
this is a very important topic that I don't think that we take it serious.
No, I don't know if we take domestic violence serious enough in our country. I don't think that we put enough emphasis on it. I don't think that there is enough funding toward programs to help individuals who are victims of domestic violence.
Yeah.
I don't think there's fundings to house and protect individuals. I think we need to revisit the laws surrounding domestic violence so that if something is going on with somebody, that they can feel protected. They can't feel like there's nowhere they can go.
There's no hope. There's no one to turn
right.
to.
And nowhere to turn to.
So, honey, you're absolutely right. I totally agree with what you're saying. We definitely need to revisit the laws, and we definitely need to set aside funding for such a critical topic. So what we did, we put together 6 simple points that we're hoping that it shines some light on domestic violence. So our first point basically is, number 1, you have to recognize the early signs of violence.
Yes.
You need to know that no one has the right to put their hands on you.
Right.
Or make you feel inferior to them. No one.
Exactly. Because when you're in a relationship, it's not about you just being a servant unto this person.
Yes.
It's about being a servant to each other. It's about showing love to one another. If someone is hitting you or abusing you physically, verbally, or using finances, those things, and making you feel less than a person, then you should pay attention and acknowledge that, hey, something is wrong.
Yeah.
This person shouldn't make me feel bad. If I'm with this person, I should be with them for me to feel good about myself and not to feel bad about myself.
Definitely. And our second point is we want to, let's figure out what are the characteristics of an abuser.
Right.
While we have to remember that there's no definable way to spot an abusive person, we have listed though several red flags that you can be aware of.
Right.
You want to touch on those red flags? Yeah, just pay attention.
Yeah. One is, if you're involved in a relationship with someone that has a controlling behavior, they're controlling. They want to every single thing that you do, They want to make the decision for you. They don't want you to make any single decision about anything concerning you. Where you going? Give me a cell phone. Give me this. Give me the keys. You can't go to this person. You can't be with this person. If you were that person and they're constantly trying to control you and just take advantage, you know you don't feel comfortable. You know you're terrified to be around them. So that's one of the signs that you know that you're definitely in a toxic relationship.
Or telling you what you cannot wear,
right?
What you cannot eat, where you cannot go, pulling you away from your family members and friends. You gotta be very careful. That's a point that you really need to take into consideration.
Right. And the next point is, your family is concerned. The family is concerned because they see that the person is controlling. They tell you, listen, this relationship isn't one that's good for you. There's something about this person. We're not comfortable with you being with this person. This isn't a healthy relationship. Sometimes we don't listen when, our true friends or family members tell us, listen, I know you may feel for this person, but this person is just not good for you. Right, something is off. So you have to pay attention to that particular sign and pay attention to when people tell you that. You know that the person is controlling. Everybody can see it, and they're telling you.
The only one can see it.
And you're like, no, this is only that's because he loves me. He loves me so much, so he wants to make sure that I'm doing the right things and I'm doing everything right, or she wants to make sure that everything's good. So because you can be in an abusive relationship as a male or female. So domestic violence occurs on both levels.
Yes, you're definitely right.
Okay.
And so our third point is blaming others.
Wow.
What do you mean, when we say blaming others?
Usually one of the characteristics of someone who's an abuser is when things happen, well, yeah, I hit you, but it wasn't really my fault. When I was young, someone hit me, or I had a rough day, so I was just angry, so I didn't mean to hit you. I was just I was in an accident and someone hit my car and I was mad, and then when I came home and you didn't wash the dishes, so I hit you. So it really wasn't my fault that I hit you. It was the person who got me angry before I came home to the house to you, who got me angry to the point that caused me to abuse you. Come on.
They were abused all from their family members.
Right.
And so every so often it comes up again.
Right.
But then yet they love you.
Right.
And then they can hit you. That doesn't make any sense. So we gotta be very careful with that. Always passing the blame. And sometimes making you feel that you're the reason. And you sit right there thinking that, oh my God, he loves me. This is normal.
Right.
Because it's okay. He had issues when he was younger. His issues should not be your issues, or her issues should not be your issues.
And it's my fault that he's hitting me because I'm not doing what he says when he's controlling me. So you have to be careful.
That's ridiculous.
That's definitely a red flag.
So our fourth point is being isolated.
Isolated?
Yeah.
What you mean?
I guess.
They don't want you around like your family members. They don't want you around people who are going to tell you to be careful of them. They want to pull you away from anybody
who's talking sense, and you tell him or tell her.
I don't like this person.
Something is going to be wrong with every person that you bring up to your partner. Because why?
They know that they're doing some wrong things to you, and they don't want anybody to tell you what's going on or to shine the light on the wrong that they're doing. So they want to keep you by themselves. They don't want you to associate with your friends. They don't want you to associate with your family members. They just want you to be alone, so they have total access and control over you. And once they get you in that position, you become vulnerable and you become subject to them.
Yeah, so that's totally, you gotta be so careful with that controlling, your family giving you warnings, the blame others, and the isolation is so critical that you're not able to reach out, because now you're all by yourself. You chase all your friends away.
Wow.
You turn against your family members. You turn against the people who love you, all because of this one controlling person.
So now you're trapped because you have nobody and no one to turn to,
people just
except the one person who's lording over you and abusing you and just treating you like you're their property.
Yes, that is so. I know that we have one more characteristic that we
right.
want to say, but I must say to you, I see now how persons can be in this relationship for so long.
And you can't get out because
you can't get out.
Because at that point, you now become hopeless.
Wow.
So there's no one, you can't go to your family members.
You burned
all bridges. So you have no one except them. And they use leverage, or they use different things to control you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you go, I'm not gonna pay this bill. You go and I ain't gonna buy this food. You go and I can do this. So they now control you, they manipulate you.
So that is very, that's a serious thing. What's our last point?
The last red flag is they're hypersensitive. So everything is a problem. Like everything ticks them off. So like you can't speak. Like the minute something falls and breaks, oh you can't get nothing right. You can't do nothing right. And they just snap and they're ready to go. Everything has them in a situation where they're super sensitive to everything that you do. So it's not your fault. It's them. It's them. It's a situation where they have a problem, but they want to put it on you.
It's like walking around on eggshells, man.
Yes.
You know that something is wrong, and you're trapped, and you feel that there's no hope.
Right.
These are just 5
red flags
that
help you to identify that you're in a toxic relationship with an abusive person.
Yeah. So let's just go back to the points. Our points that we put together to help you to be aware of what's going on. So we said our first point was recognizing that
the early
signs of violence. The second one was looking at the characteristics of an abuser. So our third sign is know that you are not alone.
Right.
I think that's where we go wrong.
Right. Because because they put you in a place of isolation, and they feel like anyone you turn to now, because they've caused you to put your family and everybody in a box, that they're not going to be there for you. But know that your family is going to be your family regardless of what it is, and they're going to want the best for you. And even if they're not the ones, I'm sure there's some friends that can help you. I'm sure that there's some church. There's a church that's willing to help you. There's the crisis center, there's the women's center. There are many places that you can turn to. There are people out there that are willing to sit down and help you and help find some place for you to stay, find food for you, groceries. There are facilities in place to help people, but you have to understand that you're really, even though you've been isolated, you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not.
You're not the only one that is experiencing this. We don't want you to think 1 minute that there's not another person that is experiencing this level of domestic violence.
Wow.
You're not the only one that is out there. So it's important that you use your voice to go, like my husband said, go to help. Go to your family members. Go to your friends. There's someone out there who's going through the same exact thing.
Wow.
You just gotta break out.
Yes.
And not be ashamed and keep it all by yourself, saying, I can't go back to mommy. I can't call daddy. I can't call my sisters because my friends think I'm stupid, and I'm gonna sit in this mess and continue to take this level of abuse and die in it. There is ways out other than death.
Yes.
So know that you're not alone, and you take back your voice by speaking and not be ashamed, because you're not the fault. You're not the blame. The individual is the blame.
Right.
So once you understand that you're not alone, meaning family members, and you're not alone, meaning you're not the only one being abused, and it's not your fault. That's important for you to know.
Wow.
Right, honey?
Yes, definitely.
So, our fourth point.
Take proper counsel from family and friends.
Wow.
And
Family members.
and friends. And when they say to leave, leave. Because sometimes you're so busy in your feelings saying, but I love this person. You can love somebody more than you love yourself.
That's good.
And that's the biggest problem.
That's good.
A lot of times they make you feel as if you don't measure up. You're no one. You're nothing without me. You can't survive without me. So what they do is they break down your personality, they break down everything about you and make you a part of them. So you're no longer an individual. So you don't feel as if you can stand on your own. You don't feel as if you can make it without them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and I can see that happening because of the individual controlling you,
Right. Isolating you.
You're not going by what your family is saying. So you lost your family. The person is extra hypersensitive, like my husband mentioned, and your family members now pretty much kind of give up because you're tired of coming to you, and you're not taking the advice. I can see why you just want to give up.
Yeah.
But it's important, like James said, get out.
Yes.
Figure out who you are and take your voice back. That's important to know, to take your voice back. So our fifth point is, no matter how bad things are, there is a way out.
Yes.
There is a way out. No matter how it looks out there, there is a way out there. There is a way out.
Yes. There is a way out. There are avenues where you can find help. There are people willing to help you. Don't give up. As long as you have life, hope, you can make it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't allow someone to break you to the point where you feel like you can't get out. You can. There are avenues that you can try. Go to your family members. There are people within the communities that are willing to help you.
Yes, absolutely. It's so important, because look at it this way. You throw the towel in because you feel that there's no other way. And then what happens? That person will die. You cannot get to the point where you're so hopeless. Even if you feel you don't have there's still people with compassion that is out there. Sometimes strangers help more than your own, but you would not know if you don't reach out and ask for help. So we want to just encourage you, whoever is listening to this message. You may not be the ones that's experiencing this, but you know somebody may be experiencing this. We know you. We know based on conversations, we know when something is wrong.
Yes.
We know when our co-workers or our neighbors, we know, but we've become people of just, we're so busy.
Yeah.
We've become so cold
And mean.
And it's not my problem until it's your sister, or until it's
your niece or your cousin.
Until it has to come right to your doorstep for you now to feel for it. Or we wait until something happens and all of a sudden, oh, I know her. She texted me, or she emailed me, or I just saw her. What did you do? Nothing. But now we want to know. We want everybody to know that we know the individual. It's so important that we be our brother's keeper.
And do our part to help them.
Each person do their part. It'll be less senseless deaths that's going on right now.
Yes.
Our last point. Seek proper help.
Yes.
Proper help is the key word.
Yes. Because you can have people that you go into and telling them your situation, and they know, and they see you going through a difficult time, and they tell you, child, he can change, stay. It's gonna work out. That ain't the right help. Because you know when you go there, what goes on. You know that you're uncomfortable. You know that you're being abused. So seek the proper help. Get help from professionals. Let them guide you. Let them point you in the proper direction so that you can go to the place that you need to go to find the help that you need.
Yes, again, find the proper help. And listen, faith without works is dead.
Right.
I'm telling you, of course you have to pray. You get someone praying for you, and that's really good. But faith without works is dead.
Right.
So you need action. Okay? And don't let no one say to you, well, you have a child for him. It doesn't make a difference how many kids you have for this individual. It doesn't make a difference how long you've been in this relationship. Remember one thing, you cannot change the person.
Right.
Only one person can change. And that is God. Only God can change the heart of any person. So, we want to encourage you
Yes.
to please seek proper help
Yes.
and heed. Don't just get it, but do something with it.
So we hope that something that we said was able to help you.
And we hope that you will continue to watch our videos. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And please share our videos with family members and friends.
Thank you so much.